chit-chat or actual starting?
It was just chit-chat. All right, guys, we're starting the meeting September 17th, 8 p.m. Well, a little bit after. We're at 8:11. Call order. Everybody that's on the call on the virtual, please mute your mic so we don't have any kind of crazy crosstalk or feedback. People here, remember, there's the speakers over here. When you talk over other people or whatnot, they can only hear so much at a time. So let's keep the crosstalk down and just let me know if you have a question. And then head count, FamiLAB.org/sign-in. If you go there real quick, you can sign in for this event so we know how many people are there. Just a quick form that has everything. Yep. Give you guys a minute to do that, and then we'll get moving. All right, so financial update. We are at 67 full-paying members, 15 special cases, so we're up one again this last month, which is awesome. Each month that we're in positive on that is where we want to be. P&L, we're negative 123 for this month, which puts us at negative 1896. This isn't that bad. I know we're still going back in the negatives each month, but we're with it's a lot smaller negative, first of all, from the old space, along with bills are actually getting paid now, bills that were missed before, so that they now, we're paying for more now than we were before. So keep that in mind. Also, the organization is overall paying for more stuff, like we're I had to buy some wires and whatnot for the audio and so on and so forth. So just keep that in mind, but we are progressing in the way we need to progress based on the new subscriptions and new members each month. Once we get into that 80 full paying mark, that's where we want to be in order to be stably comfortable. I don't want to say comfortable, but we'll be at least stable. So anyway, does anybody have any questions about that before I move on?
What was that 80 number you just said?
80 paying members. Right now we're at 67. 80 will be like a stable, making our bills, setting some aside. Doing good. All right. Anybody else? Anybody from? Can somebody watch the chat? Are you watching the chat now? Let's see if we can bring it up over here. Put the sound. Just let me know if somebody says something out there, guys. All right, so house cleaning. AC in the FamiLAB is still down. However, the AC repair guys did identify the coil. They're trying to find the coil and then quote the landlord. The landlord said if he can't find the coil for it, or if it's going to be an excessive amount, we'll put a mini split in there. So we're just kind of waiting on the AC guys to get back to him with the price and part and whatnot. Hopefully soon. I just talked to him today or yesterday about it though, so he's on it. He can only go as fast as his guys are. So here's AC company is. But I'm trying to hurry that along because it's miserable in that room, and the laser really shouldn't be running. It's really this hot. So if you are running the laser. If you are running the laser, make sure you keep the lobby door open and kind of bury this AC in the classroom so that, and even what I would suggest is putting a fan in the doorway so that you can cycle some of the cold air into that room. Otherwise, it's just going to cause more issues with the laser down the line. Also, keep the door to the warehouse closed at all times because that's just going to bring in more hot air. So workshops, open houses, etc. And this is on the meeting on the agenda every day. They've been re-added to the calendar. We've had more and more stuff show up lately. We have another D&D group. It's also a closed group, and a special invite. Just talk to Nick. I think he's Nick Rosis on Slack. If you play in the game or want a game with him there, that's his group. And then I think Katie is still hosting the other group. Well, Katie and Dana, at least get with one of them if you want to join the group on Wednesday. So there's one Wednesday night, one Thursday night. But both are closed groups at this point. They have enough members they can't bring in more. But you can at least contact them, get on the list if you want to. Just like normal, we have a ton of suggestions, whether it be a hangout or a class or any kind of meetup. We have a ton of suggestions. So if you want to hold something but don't know what to hold here, contact one of us on ops or board. Specifically me, I have a ton of ideas that I could throw at you based on your skill set. So definitely let me know if you want to do some sort of workshop or hangout. Just don't know what to do. We do have an additional open house on Saturdays, and that's going to continue because the turnout has been really good for it. I believe it is the last. I always look to Justin, but he's online this time.
It is Saturday the 28th.
Saturday the 28th. It's like the last Saturday of the month, I believe is what we set it as. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. We do need people, just like every open house, we need people to help give tours and greet people and just work on stuff so that they can see the kind of stuff we run around here.
Justin raises
Oh,
Never mind, you said it.
okay. All right, so yeah, moving forward, Amazon wish list we created, and for anybody that wants to help, there's actually a FamiLAB short link for that, but the link is in the agenda. I believe the FamiLAB short link is held at familab.org/Amazon. So if you want to help donate, but don't necessarily have, $20 or whatever you want to put in, you can go on there and see if there's little stuff to buy. If you want to donate something big and go to a specific item, go ahead and order on there. I think there's some stuff for the lathe I put on there for the wood lathe in case we wanted to upgrade parts on that. But anybody can order from there. So even if you know somebody that just wants to give to a charity, you can send them the link and say, hey, rather than giving, you can also just order something for us. There's a list of stuff we need. So yeah, we'll continue to update that. If you come across things that you should go on there as well, go ahead and add them. Or, I'm sorry, not add them, sorry. I got distracted. Just go ahead and send them to board, and they will get it added as soon as they can. What's up, Justin?
With that comment about somebody who wants to donate, do we have a process for if someone does that to get them a receipt? Or can they just use the receipt from Amazon and we would just send it to us and we send it back?
I believe they could do it from there, but if not, we could get them one. Yes, we can get you one. I don't know. There's not really. I mean, there's a template for board to do it, but there's not really a process where we say.
Okay.
So yeah, as board, we should probably be reaching out to donors and thanking them and asking them if they want a receipt. It's a good point.
Okay. Thank you.
Does anybody have any questions about any of that before we move on? Mike?
You're making an individual monetary donation process for that, other than just like, we have PayPal.
On the FamiLAB website, there is a donate button, if that's what you're asking.
It's gonna be
A significant sum. There's not anything, I'm trying to think if there's anything outlined publicly. Okay. All right, so but to answer that question, you would reach out to board, I guess, especially if you want it to be anonymous. Maker Faire is November 9th and 10th. We have one more meeting before Maker Faire. That's how close it is. So what are you laughing about? So yeah, so if you have projects in mind, again, the and there's a point on here, the board or the organization will fund you up to $500 for your project. So if you have a project idea, but you need help funding to make it happen at Maker Faire, you don't even need to present it at Maker Faire. We'll present it for you. All we really want is for you to make something for us to take to Maker Faire. If you want to present at Maker Faire, you're welcome to. But the board will give up to $500. It just has to be approved. You have to tell us what you're going to make, show us what parts you need, how much money you need, and let us know. The 500 is really supposed to go to multiple projects, but at this point we have nobody entertaining this idea. So if we get nobody else doing it and you have a $500 project that's going to be super awesome, I'm pretty sure the board's going to approve it because we need projects after that. What if you've already made something really cool and just want some money? We'll talk about it.
Was it made explicitly for Maker Faire?
I made it have to.
You were supposed to say yes to that. Anyway, well, we can discuss that. But
I'm not,
point is,
I
we're trying to get more projects to go to Maker Faire. So, like I said, we will fund up to 5, and we have nobody taking advantage of it yet. So make sure you're not really competing with anybody. Whoever's the first one to do it at this point. So, Mike. Yeah.
And a reminder just to everybody, this is only partially coming out of lab funds. We do have a couple of lab members that have offered to donate a couple $100 as well. So it's not just coming out of our savings account. This is something that people really want to promote. So jump on it.
Yeah, sorry, I was going to get to that. This isn't like the organization is specifically taking money out of their budget. Part of it may come out of our budget, but we've actually had other people, donors say, hey, we want to see stuff at Maker Faire. We'll give them some money. So what's up, Mike?
Maker Faire is still accepting applications as well. Not only that, but really they are looking for more people who are not vendors. They've got enough vendors, they're looking to kind of fill in some gaps with some people who made stuff.
Okay.
More than are selling stuff.
Did you guys hear that online?
That's not saying you can't. I'm really far away, I'm sorry.
I didn't hear it.
So basically, Maker Faire is still looking for people, and they're still accepting applications, and they're looking for people specifically that are not vendors. So people that just made stuff. So this is the time for you to apply, for you to make, if you want to make something like we were talking about before, we talked about in the last meeting, a couple meetings ago. If Brian wants to have a table for just Brian's lightsabers, he can have a table for Brian's lightsabers and be next to FamiLAB. And it doesn't mean that he only has to have his lightsabers on that table. It's just now that FamiLAB will get like an extra table that we can expand onto, and we'll also help watch that table. So, 3 people can handle like 6 tables. It's not a big deal. It's just we want to make sure we have a big display at Maker Faire. Did you have anything else, Mike? Okay. Again, it doesn't have to be something original. I know a couple people I talked to were struggling on that. Really doesn't have to be an original idea. It just kind of has to be pretty creative, fun. Anything that's interactive would be best, not necessarily something like your display that you're going to show later, I'm assuming, during the meeting. Show and tell that's something that would be great to display there. But interactive stuff would be awesome too, because that grabs the attention of people approaching the booth and people that are walking by. They're seeing this interaction as well. I posted a few things in the Maker Faire channel. I believe I also linked them in the general channel. So I have a ton of ideas, just like the hangouts and workshops and whatnot. I have a ton of ideas there too. So let me know and I can help you find something if you just can't think of an idea.
Is the D&D group making props, or are they just doing, campaigns like with just the sheets and stuff? I don't know how.
So right now the D&D group is just doing, Nick's group specifically, Nick uses a lot of props. They don't necessarily make a ton of them. I pretty much 3D print them for him. But yeah, that's something that could be.
That they made that they can show off that is a FamiLAB D&D group, and you could show that off, even if you're not accepting applications, you can put people on a wait list and get them in the door.
Yeah.
So you could dress up as your favorite, D&D character.
That's a good point. He's supposed to be in this meeting. I'm gonna kick him in the face. Okay.
Sorry,
So-
just a random, we were just talking about that, how big that's getting, and
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah, that's a good idea. It's a very good idea. Last thing I'll say about Maker Faire is that we're gonna need volunteers as well. Not just, not just running your own booth, but we also need volunteers just to help run the booth that we're gonna have. So I'm gonna send that out. I think I sent it out before, I'm not sure, I might not have, but I'm gonna send it out again, probably after this meeting or tomorrow. And just constant reminders for that, for you to sign up. We basically are asking for 2 different shifts. One's like, what time does it start, like 9 or 8?
Microphone,
Yeah,
rhyme.
so I think 9 to 1 and then 12 to 4 is what, or 12 to 5, something like that is what we're asking for, so that you can do both, just be there all day, or you can do one or the other, just so that we know that we have some kind of coverage for the booth.
And sign up for that in the channel, Maker Faire?
And the first day, you should start 8:30 or 8, because if you get there at 9, that's when everyone else is getting there.
Yeah,
At the last minute, and there's 500 people lined up, ready waiting to get in. That's not the time to try to find a place to park and go over to the.
yeah, that's a good point. I'll adjust the sign up sheet. It might already be like that, but I'll adjust the sign up sheet to account for that.
To get there an hour before the show opens and stay an hour after it closes.
Yeah,
Depending on which shift you're on.
I gotta make the form. You can post it in Maker Faire if you want, the Maker Faire channel, but there's a job form that I'll post for you to fill out.
Okay.
I plan to be there the whole weekend.
Okay. All right, so that's it for Maker Faire. We'll move on to signage. Steve M, was he on at all? No, that's Steve Harvey. Steve M was working on the sign to hang above the overhang.
Is
So
that different than the windows?
yeah, it's entirely different from the windows. It's just the sign way up above. You know, everybody, you're a sign.
Oh.
Yeah.
So we're already gonna have FamiLAB
Yeah.
above.
I think that will make a big difference.
In the
What's his
windows.
name? I'm sorry. Is it Mauricio?
Yep, that's right.
Did you find it kind of frustrating that you didn't see like a sign above the doors?
Or was it hard to find the place at all?
I guess it wasn't, I knew exactly where it was, but I guess it is hard to see
Yeah.
from the outside.
So,
Just fresh perspective, that's what I was asking.
so if you want to help with that, get with him. Otherwise, he's just gonna have full reign at this point, because we need it done, and he's the only one that's stepped up so far. So he definitely is up for ideas and opinions and whatnot, considering he's still kind of new as well. So he was a little shaky about saying, well, what if what I put together people don't like? I told him then that's their problem. So just, if you wanna help him with that and give him opinions, he would much appreciate it, I'm sure. Is that?
That was, if you post somewhere that sign is going up, that might have an effect on the window displays.
Yeah,
If FamiLAB is loud and proud, that might be able to
right.
be less that we need to worry about.
Don't know what the sign is gonna necessarily look like, but I think we did just want it to say FamiLAB, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a good point. I'll mention that in the
Maybe
room
we should
mark.
say makerspace somewhere.
I think
We
it
can
might.
say that on the windows. too.
Yeah. Okay, so, and then we also have the contest for the wall art, which is what Kristen mentioned a minute ago, or not wall art, window art. Basically, we want to cover at least 2 of the windows on each side of some kind of promotional thing. You can cover all of them if you want. We just need some ideas of what to put up there. If you go to, there's a room mark made. Forget what it's called. But if you go there, we posted I'll get you guys that room in a little bit. We
Graphics.
put graphics and
Graphics for windows.
graphics for Windows. That's the name of the channel. There's ideas of being posted there, and there's also a template of all the windows. So you can basically take the template that John made and plug in your graphics there.
This one, I know I didn't do it.
No, John. Yeah, John Parrish. So plug in your graphics and everything and submit it to us, and we'll have some sort of vote. I don't know if it's going to be the entire membership we're going to put it up to, or if the board's just going to approve or what. But try and keep in mind when you're making it. Try and keep in mind the way it's going to be put on the window as well. So if your idea is to have full sheets that cover it, make sure we know that, because that would mean that it would be blocking outside view or inside view, and that might be something that we want to consider. Just throwing it out there, just make sure we know. Don't just throw us a picture and say, hey, this is my idea. Kind of give us an idea of what it looks like. Is the background going to be clear, going to be white, going to be black, things like that. So, but I did see John had posted a couple ideas. Mark had posted a couple images. So just, yeah, keep it coming, and we'll, we are, like I said, we are giving away, if we get 2 sets of designs, we'll give away a free membership for a month to, each one, or if one person designs the whole thing, they get one membership. What's up, Kristen?
When is the deadline / the vote, so that we have enough time to get it printed and up before Makerspace or Maker Faire?
Yeah, the original idea was to have it done before Maker Faire. I don't think that's going to be possible. At this point, we haven't had too much traction on it, and we have kind of put it out a little bit, but it was kind of last minute when we came up with the idea as well. So I don't think we'll make it before Maker Faire, and I didn't really want to put a deadline on it necessarily yet, because we wanted to make sure enough people know about it. One of the things I would like to do is send an email out, a newsletter. We haven't done a newsletter in a while. And if we send a newsletter out, it says it's on there, then maybe more people get interactive. So that's a good point. We do eventually need a deadline. Right now, we just want to see ideas. What's up, Mike?
Don't you do your changing the name of the lab? Seriously affects the lab. We need everyone to come in with ideas.
I think Justin and I said we were gonna threaten to like close down or move the lab or something again, because that's how we get people involved. So those dreadful situations. Not that we need the drama though, because there's enough drama. So yeah, that's it for signage, but just keep an eye out for those. You can post the stuff anywhere really, but there is Mark did make room for the graphics. So one thing to keep in mind in there, just like anything, we are a community of people. There's 80 members, well, a little over 80 members now, total members. When you're posting something for other people to see in this plethora of personalities, you will get feedback, you will get criticism. Some of it will be nice, some of it may not be nice. Tell those people that are being not nice to F off and move on. If people are being nice, thank them. But I mean, just understand that you will get criticism, you will get feedback, and this goes for anything with the lab, not just the Windows situation. Anything, any kind of change you want to make. There was some stuff over the snack thing at one point. It's just make sure that any changes or opinions you have about the lab, other people have changes and opinions as well. So kind of take their thoughts with a grain of salt. There's no one deciding factor other than the board, and we're only going to get involved if it becomes a major issue. So member run, people, run it.
Bureaucracy. Do anything, but be prepared to undo it.
Correct. All right, so outreach. Attendance has extremely fallen off for outreach. I know people are busy. I don't know if it's the time, the day, or what, but we need more people involved in outreach, at least in the outreach channel, so that we can post stuff in there, because there are things that we could be doing in order to get more members in order to progress the lab into the positive mark that we need to get into.
Yeah, sorry about that. Like, well, it's not always correct on the calendar as to the outreach.
Yeah, lately it hasn't, because we've been changing it due to the attendance.
Oh,
So now it's actually changed to once a month. But again, we have the outreach channel. You can always post things in there. If you have free time, say, hey, I have some free time coming up. Is there something I could do to help outreach. We can send you with flyers to, for instance, Dave Woods had come up with an idea to go to, Dave Woods and a couple of people had come up with an idea to go to apartment complexes, right? We need people to reach out to those apartment complexes and give them our digital flyer and say, hey, can you put this on your website? Or give them the physical flyer and say, hey, can you give this away to new people? Or is there a place we can post this? That stuff is what's going to get us more members, especially people in apartment complexes, because people who don't have the space to use tools, those are pretty good target for our audience. So right now, again, it moved to monthly. So if you can, please attend, get some ideas, let us know. Be prepared. With the best thing would be, don't just be prepared with ideas. If you have an idea, be prepared to follow up with that idea, or come with at least maybe a schedule of some time, even if it's 20 minutes, an hour out of your day, in 3 weeks. Let us know, and we can try and get you on something to do. So it's just, we get a lot of times the people that were coming outreach before will give us a ton of ideas, really good ideas, and then we say, cool, who can do that? Nobody was able to do it. So try and think about that before you come, before you bring an idea. Think about the time that was going to be needed to put into that, and if you have any to do so. Hurricanes and storms, we did update the procedure. This doesn't need to be updated. No, updated procedure has been finalized and it needs to be posted. We haven't posted it here necessarily. We had trouble with the website too. I think John was asking about some documentation that needs to go on the website and get it over to him. I'm thinking we might be putting the policies on the website as well, so it'll be easy to get to for things like the storms. In basic terms, if we're in the path of a named storm, or if the schools and county starts to shut down roads, we will be closing the doors. People are not allowed in. This isn't a shelter. It's, we don't have liability insurance to store people and their stuff. Not to mention, I wouldn't personally want to be in this place when a hurricane comes through. I would trust lots of windows. I would probably trust a cardboard box a little bit better. But you really don't want to be here. So what we'll be doing is we will be locking the doors, disabling the RFID, and then after the storm passes through, board or ops will do a walkthrough, and we will then unlock the door and alert you. We will let you know in Slack. Slack, again, is our primary communication, right? So we'll let you know in Slack in the announcements if we are closing the doors, and when they'll be open, we'll alert you there as well.
If we know like a big hurricane's coming, at least a day or two in advance, will you guys send out an announcement saying, hey, come help us sandbag or take stuff up off the floor?
Yes.
We can help prep the place?
Yes. All right. Moving on, membership numbers. Again, I've already went over this. I need to change this. It's, engagements starting to get better. We need more engagement. I have noticed that lately, as I've stepped back a little bit more, people are actually doing more stuff as well. So I love to see that, and we just want to continue that. Again, the biggest thing, I can't say it enough, I'll say it every meeting, say it every time I'm here, is that we need more people for events. But that's what's going to get our numbers up, that and the outreach. Membership dues, again, they're going to increase in January. So when your membership dues go through in January, if you are on the $50 legacy, and you on January you are going to be switched to $75 a month. If you have any reason at all, don't be shy. Alert the board. If you want it to be a private conversation, that's probably best anyway. Let us know. We'll discuss with you, what the options are, and we may honor that $50. If you're on a set income, or if you're on, your job sucks and your boss isn't giving you a new pay raise lately, it's just let us know and we can do that. We can help you figure out a suitable number, basically. The reason for this is FamiLAB has always been members first. It's always been all about helping the community. So we're not just the subscription service, right? So we want to help people that want to make. We will ask you to do a little bit more. If you're on ops, that's a great excuse. If you're doing stuff for ops, that's an excellent excuse to say, hey, can I keep my $50? I've been making sure the calendar is updated every time something goes through, blah, blah, blah. We're happy to do that. So let us know. The board will approve or not approve depending on your situation, but it's going to be very rare that we don't approve it. What's up, Mike?
We discussed
So yearly prepay has come up a couple times, and for financial logistic reasons, I don't want to do it. We can, if it's brought up enough, which it kind of is starting to get to be that way, the board can discuss it, but that's going to put a lot more on the board in terms of policy, billing, things. Say, for instance, we shut down because of a COVID again. Somebody had already paid through the year. Are we going to refund them? If we're going to refund them, are those funds there? We have to make sure those funds stay there. So if we get 30 people say, I want to pay yearly, and we have all this extra money, we can buy a cool tool, and then we shut down for 6 months and those people want their money back, that's going to be a problem, right? So it really depends. There's a lot of conversation that has to go into that. But the more people that bring it up, we will discuss it longer. I know that it has been asked multiple times though. So personally, I would like to see it. I just don't want to do it.
it's a logistical challenge.
Yeah, yeah. But that is a very good question. Let's see where we at. Okay, sponsors. Our most recent sponsors, Elegoo, Wham Bam, Rebel Point. I haven't seen anybody use the scanner lately. I know somebody asked about it the other day, and I showed them where it was at. We do have our 3D scanner. It's up here in the front. I'm probably going to move it over to the either the FamiLAB or no, the FamiLab's kind of full. I might move it to the lobby. I don't know. We might move it somewhere. I'll let you guys know. But the 3D scanner is there. If you have a project that can't be brought to the lab and you want to scan it, let us know. And it's not all of our tools we like to have lent out and to leave the lab, but I'm not opposed to that, especially for the 3D scanner. So if there's something that you want to scan outside the lab, just give us a heads up that it's going to disappear for a little bit, and when you plan on bringing it back so that we can get back with you if it doesn't show up or if you forget about it or something like that. But I know somebody was talking about maybe scanning a car or something. Not sure if you can do that with this one. I think you can. Yeah, you would, if you can't bring the car here, say it's a car part that you're working on and the car is not, the car's stationary at home, whatever the case is, even if you just want to take it to the local fair or something and scan something, I don't know.
Well, I have to want to scan broken boats.
If you want to scan broken boats, I got a whole backyard full of them.
Sounds like something somebody could demo at Maker Faire.
Yes, that's definitely a good idea. I will get you started on the 3D scanner. If you want to scan a Maker Faire, I will get you started on it, and then you just got to learn a little bit more. And
Which boat would bring a Maker Faire to scan?
which boat?
Yeah.
Benchy.
There's
I'll
a
bring a
lake out
Benchy.
there, too.
What's that?
There's a lake out there.
I'm so glad Al doesn't join the lab. All right, so Al's my landlord. That
Oh.
he's the one that collects the broken boats. All right, so social media posts. We're still doing social media as much as we can. If you have something you've made, post a picture of it, and I made this. Also give us a description of what it is, how you made it. It doesn't have to be extremely detailed, but at least not just a picture. Because every time we post just a picture, we get a bunch of questions. And if you're not there on the admin of the FamiLAB Facebook page to answer those questions, we kind of look dumb or that we're ignoring people. So the other thing is, if you want to be tagged, we can tag you in an image as well. Just let us know, but at least give us a little bit of a description so that we can get it posted. That's another thing, because I'm not sure how the algorithms go and whatnot, or not algorithms, but SEO and whatnot goes. But I have noticed that a lot of people are finding us through Google searches more. And other than the website changing a little bit, not necessarily adding SEO, but just the website changing and us doing a bunch of Facebook posts. Those are the only things I can think that came up that is putting us on Google search engines more. So it's really something we want to do is keep up on the social media and showing off stuff that we made, or a hangout that you're having, or an event that you're having, or just while you're making something, take a picture of or short video of the CNC running. Whatever. Post it there and we can get it posted on Facebook, and yeah, we'll get more people in that way. Does anybody have any questions before we move on to member discussion and show and tell? No. Okay. Does anybody have anything they want to share? I think Kristen did.
Sure.
We'll do introductions after.
I made a barn quilt, wood wall hanging in like Virginia, North Carolina, West Virginia area on barns. They have giant signs that look like quilts, and that was an inspiration for this. I took 2 pieces of wood, cut them to size, basically made it like a puzzle piece, glued it all onto a backboard, and had a lot of fun with it. First time trying any type of attempt like this before, and it was really fun.
It looks really awesome.
Yeah, for those of you that aren't here, it looks really good. The camera doesn't do it justice, but it does look really good.
Yeah.
Are you going to be able to show it off at Maker Faire?
Yeah, put it on the table.
One track mind.
She's probably gonna do a vinyl.
You're doing the vinyl cutting thing, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's gonna be on the FamiLAB table for
Yeah.
sure. Be prepared for people to ask to buy it, by the way. That happened to Mark. He posted one really good thing, and like, we had so many people asking to buy it. So.
Put a price that you don't want to sell it for, so that when you do sell it, you're like, oh, that was fun. I'll do it again.
$2,000, something like that.
But like our table isn't.
No, we're not
Sure.
selling it. I'm just saying, be prepared.
Okay.
You'll get the question.
If you put your name on it and sell it after, we're being recorded. Never mind.
Anybody else have anything to show off? Then Brian, didn't you say your thing or no?
No.
I thought somebody else did. Okay. So we have a new potential member coming in. He just showed up today. Filled out the application online. I don't know if you want to be on, but you're going to be online.
I guess.
Just tell us your name, something about yourself.
Okay, I'm Mauricio. I was born in Mexico, grew up in Mexico and a bunch of different countries. I came out as an inventor a couple years ago.
Hi, Mauricio.
What type of field?
Transportation is my main one right now, but I've done furniture, fashion, bunch of things. I'm working on my first patent right now. I'm actually looking to make more prototypes on that invention. And I was working before at Factur, which was another makerspace.
Oh, yeah.
They closed down, sadly. That was a good experience though. So I didn't know you guys existed, but now that I know, I'm really looking forward to being a member and just working again in a shop full of creative people. And that's it basically.
Yeah, we had a lot of good friends at Factor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you hear about us?
From a friend of mine called Neil Narwani.
Oh yeah, Neil's great.
Yeah. Another genius over there.
Listen, that's pushing it. We are talking about Neil. Neil, if you watch this, I mean it.
Anybody have any questions for him?
So what sort of stuff do you hope to learn from us?
Well, I'm looking forward to getting to know everybody, seeing their specialty and their skill set. I still have a lot to learn in terms of 3D printing, for example. And I work with metal right now mostly, and but I'm always trying to learn because all my inventions use different materials and different techniques. And I bet every one of you knows something different. That should be pretty
Yeah, it's one of the best things about this place is the skill sets are all over the place. What kind of hot or cold metal? Like, are you melting or are you milling or something like that?
Welding and cutting.
Welding.
Yeah.
The follow-up question, what can we learn from you?
Well, for me, I haven't been at it for too long, but I do know a bit or two about design. Have a good eye for that. So I'm always willing to lend a hand. I'm always willing to let my skills for any project that you guys have.
We have some windows that love it.
Have you joined our Slack chat?
Not yet, but I will after
Yeah.
today.
Definitely join there. That's our primary way of communication as well.
Yep.
We send emails out on critical events, but mostly Slack. So.
Yeah, haven't used it for a bit, but yeah, I'm used to it. And yeah, basically, also I cook a lot, so I'll probably be bringing some snacks every so often.
That's
Well, none of us like food.
Yeah, not at all. Can't tell. Can't
If
tell.
you like
I'm
the
not a
food,
fan
then
of
you're
food.
gonna
We do
enjoy it
have a
probably.
refrigerator, freezer, and a
Yep.
grill.
Yeah, we have a grill.
So
out
we do have a
back
grill
if you
master already.
feel like you need to do that.
Other people can use the grill.
Yeah.
All right.
Very nice to meet you.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah,
Nice to meet you.
welcome.
I have a question. This
Have
is
an
a,
answer.
a random discussion topic that should be part of the meeting. I would wonder, and you're mentioning, kind of brought it up to my thought process. I would wonder would it be of benefit for us to put a wall somewhere and have people who have patents that may have been influenced by their time at the lab to correlate and put those somewhere? Because I've got one that in a roundabout way was brought by the fact that I was a member here. So
Are you saying we should have a wall of shame?
sure, yeah, absolutely. Call it whatever you want. You can draw a big phallic symbol on mine with a Sharpie if you want. But it's an interesting idea because
Things looking out of here.
Exactly.
Even by a wall, like wall of
have
pictures or-
have a wall and we'll get, because you can either get the really nice several $100 frame patent plaques. We could also just print one off on like the laser, like take
Yeah,
the first
good
page of the
one, okay.
patent and engrave it on the laser, put it, clear on top of black, put some screws in the wall and call it a day.
That'd be awesome. If anybody wants to display, I mean, yeah, even your artwork.
I don't know
That
how
wall
many.
right there would
Yeah,
probably be a good
I don't know how many we have, but like maybe putting a feeler out there in the newsletter if people are interested in having their patents displayed, because it could be I'm not saying to do it as showing off commercialism, but as an inspiration to others. Like,
Right.
look, you can take this further than, laser cutting the widget for people's Christmas presents.
Right.
Not that that's anything wrong with that, because I plan on doing that myself. But,
We could
you know,
probably book the Inventors Council because they've been meeting here for years.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that. Did you know the Inventors Council?
Yeah, I'm a member as well.
Oh, you remember, okay.
But recent, so.
Okay.
Yeah. Random thought. I don't know if there's anything against it, but I see some nods.
If I can tag on to that.
Yeah.
If you're willing to expand it to like FamiLAB inspired, like I want to start selling some of this stuff. Maybe not large scale business, but if FamiLAB inspires a craft business in my future,
Yeah.
I'd love to get FamiLAB props for that, even if it's just a little wall display.
Right.
Yeah, like, for instance,
Incorporated here.
Nick
Yeah.
started working out of here. He was a 3D printing guru before that.
Or
He and
Big Ben,
Katie, and then
making some cool stuff to sell.
yeah, and then
Ed with his knives.
Ed with the knives. Yeah, we've got a lot of businesses that have spawned from here, and people are
Learn
making
the skills
professional
and then
products.
go.
Yeah, I would not be where I am without what I've learned here, for sure.
We should brainstorm that, not just a patent wall, then, like
Invented here.
invented here or like a. I mean, 'cause we're
Innovation
starting to-
starts here.
Yeah. there
That's
you go.
that's the tagline.
All right, so that's a good idea. We're gonna get on that. Remind me later because I will forget. But I want to run with that.
This is all your fault. Just in case it goes south, like.
So you just added something else to my list.
Thank you very
Okay.
much, though. No.
Yes, thank you.
There, you've got a message on Slack.
Thank you. See it? All right, so last thing is upcoming events. The Woodworking Learn With Me is on the 25th at 7 p.m. I believe Justin's doing that, or is that you, Kristen? The Woodworking.
Oh, he better be doing it. I'm out of town.
I'm pretty sure that's Justin.
He didn't
so
ask me to do it at least.
he might be MIA. Then Power Racing is on the 2nd. But are you guys doing meeting more than just the once, especially now that?
Well, that's a big asterisk. Justin and I have to talk about it offline.
Okay.
We're still moving forward, but I don't know where we'll be.
Gotcha.
The art hangout was supposed to be October 4th, but I'm also going to be out of town.
Okay.
So I'm either going to need somebody to cover it, or
Is that the one I said I'd cover?
You covered it last month when I was sick.
Oh yeah, I did.
I'm going to be out of town. Then
I'll cover it. I'll cover it. What's the?
It's
the
first
fourth?
Fridays, so it's going to be the first Friday of October on the 4th.
No. Justin made this blame him, especially now that he's gone. Okay, cool. So yeah, Art Hangout is on the 4th instead.
It's
I'll
on the
update that on
calendar.
this. It's on the calendar,
Yeah.
correct? Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead for that because my dad came last time and he really enjoyed it again.
Awesome.
So he actually put some feelers out for some other artistic people
Nice.
that he knows. So,
There have been questions coming through about not just the artistic people, but also the quilters. So, like, we're associated with FamiLAB. It's like, what? Didn't know FamiLAB had quilters. So, all that's very awesome. So keep up the soft arts.
Yeah.
Soft making.
Fiber arts.
Fiber arts.
Yeah, that's Eileen.
That's I think.
Yeah.
Well, and Art Hangout can lead to fiber arts.
Yeah, she shows up for the Art Hangout too.
Yeah.
Eileen comes in for the Art
She
Hangout.
included me in her fiber arts thing because I made a quilt inspired wood.
You're an honorary member.
Yeah.
Like, there are fibers in wood, I guess. That's awesome.
All right, moving on. Outreach meeting is first Thursday at 7 p.m. Social nights every Tuesday, 7:30-ish. I don't know why we say ish because somebody's always here at 7:30 anyway. Board
Except when
meetings.
they're not.
Board meetings second Monday at 8 p.m. Open house second Tuesday at 8 p.m. and the fourth Saturday at 1 p.m. Which is usually the last Saturday except for those weird ones. Monthly membership meetings are third Tuesday, just like today. Unless anybody has anything else, we'll conclude the meeting. All good? Anybody in line? Steve Harvey?
Yeah, I was talking with Justin about donating a wood cart that I built years ago.
Oh, yeah.
And so I finally got a friend with a truck today and dropped it off. But I didn't want to just dump it and have people be like, what is this thing? So is there any formal process of like, you know, hey, this is now property of FamiLAB and do what you want with it kind of thing, or just letting you know and that's it?
Well, the official thing would be let the board know before you drop it off that you've already been down that path talking to Justin.
Okay.
Next, I would say, like, we can post it if you want. Otherwise, just post woodworking, say, hey, there's now a wood cart there, maybe a picture of it, whatnot. I forgot, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to mention that. Because I ended up, I moved it to the woodworking side when I got in here, so.
Yeah, sorry about that. It looked like there was a bunch of stuff in the way. Otherwise, I would have put it on that side.
Yeah, there's still stuff in the way, but we'll get it. It's there now. It's already got a piece of plywood on it. So.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Glad to see it get used. So.
Anybody else?
We can't hear you.
Sorry, muted myself. But I was going to host the Introduction to Fusion 360 class on September 28th. Does that work? I was just going to submit the thing. And yeah.
Anybody got the calendar open?
Yeah, there's nothing on the
Saturday, which?
28th?
what time that's open house at 1?
Open house is on.
Deepak, I wish you luck. I would come and help, but I have obligations that night.
No worries. I don't know exactly what time would be best to host a class like this. Like I figured it'd be like afternoon would be nice, but I wasn't sure.
Sure.
Typically what works.
That is open house day, so we'd have some people running through if we did it from like, what the open house is 1 to 4, right, Adam?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
projector works
So
better once the sun goes down.
Carolyn.
yeah. So if you want to maybe later from an evening, maybe I don't know.
Okay, I can do a different day too,
I-
like that
I
weekend.
told you, I know I'm a big fan, and I want to attend, and I could attend that day because I'll be at open house, and then I'll roll right. I would roll right into yours.
Cool.
If you do it then, so you just have one attendee, guaranteed.
I got two. I'll be there too.
So, yeah, and I'm a complete noob, so you can. Good for me anyway. So if you want to put it out there, we can ask for. And if we end up with nobody signing up or making comments, we can always look at just moving it too if you're flexible.
Okay, sounds good.
Awesome. Thank you, man. Anybody else? Mike?
Don't forget to sign in for the meeting.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
mentioned that before you got.
Yeah, we did that when you were late before you got here.
You're signing in before you came in.
Right. Signed in from his car.
That's why it took him 15 minutes.
John's got your back at least. All right, guys. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for showing up online. We're going to conclude the meeting at this point. And yeah, thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Later, guys.